Hey everybody, it's Peter with AI Tool System back with another video. And today I'm going to show you how you can make $200 to $300 per day leveraging the prospecting tool inside of GoHighLevel, even if you have no marketing experience, no tech skills, and no money to get started. I'm going to show you how you can get started with this so you can use it in your business. I'm going to show you the software I use and the exact strategy I use to find dozens of leads to reach out to on a daily basis. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to give you more free content to dive more into how you can leverage this exact strategy to make $200 to $300 per day. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel to get more marketing automations to add to your business. So first, we're talking about GoHighLevel, the number one all-in-one marketing solution for local businesses. And today we're going to talk about the prospecting tool inside of GoHighLevel. Why is this important? Because as valuable as the tools you have are, we still need people to prospect too. And this allows you to set this up inside of the same software. So let's go ahead and get into how to set this up. So in previous videos, we went over how to set up our automations. So the first one that we're setting up is we went over how to set up our Google review campaign and use that as more of a foot in the door strategy. We could charge $97 one time to set this up, or we could use this as a foot in the door so that offer this for free as a reason that we're reaching out to local businesses and give them the opportunity to be able to see that what we're doing actually brings them more reviews, brings them benefit. And as they see they're getting more reviews, then we talked about setting up the automation to automate those reviews going into their Google business page. So we set up this Google reviews automation so that as they have new clients that they're closing, this automation will automatically send out that review request to their existing clients. And so we talked about setting that up. And so that automation will improve the consistency of them getting more reviews, and then that'll move them up in the map search. So as they're getting moved up into the map search and as they're getting more reviews, they're going to start to get more calls. So we also talked about setting up auto missed call text back. And so as they're getting more calls, if they're missing those calls, we want those missed calls to get a reply back automatically. We talked about setting up the automation so that depending on when they call during the week, during the day, number of times that they've called, and our business owner has missed the call, they're going to get a more customized reply instead of the same reply every single time. So we talked about setting that up, and then as people are replying back to our auto text back, then we talked about setting up conversation AI so that conversation AI can continually manage that conversation on, when they have questions for business hours, pricing, or even better, they're wanting to book an appointment. And so conversation AI can maintain that conversation while our clients are working on jobs, and so get those missed calls into booked appointments and building up their calendar for those booked appointments. So we talked about setting up all those automations. So now what we need is we need to have a list of new people to call every single day. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go into our prospecting tool into this same software, into GoHighLevel. And so what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. If we come over here, and we're going to click into here, right here, we're going to click into the agency view. Okay, so when we click into the agency view, that's going to drop us into here. Okay, it's the prospecting tool. So we're going to click over here in the prospecting, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to click add a new prospect. Okay, and so when we click add a new prospect, it's going to pull up this blank map right here. So now what we want to do is we want to do a search for different business owners. Basically different. What this is going to do is this is going to show us different Google business pages for different areas, for different categories. So let's say, for example, we're working with plumbers. And let's say I'm going to do a couple of different searches just to kind of show you the differences. But let's say we search for plumbers in Columbus, Ohio. Okay, just as an example. So we come over here and you can see it's going to pull up the different Google business pages. Now, when you search in a bigger city like Columbus, it's going to be a little bit harder to find a consistent list of people to call that really need what we're offering. And because you can see 4,100 reviews, 61 reviews, 131 reviews, 94, 2,600. And so, this one right here obviously has a score of more likely because they haven't claimed it, but we want to really get into more areas where there's going to be more consistent flow of uh, business owners that we can help. So what we want to do is we want to come over here and instead of searching in a larger city, we want to come into a smaller city. And let's say we're searching in Midvale, Ohio, which is a tiny city inside of Ohio. Okay, so we just click that. And now when we do that search, you'll see there's obviously still going to be, a few that have a decent amount of reviews. You have 74, 3, 16, but then you have 21, 11, 16, right? And then you can see down here, there's pages of different companies that we can get a list for. Okay, so what we want to do is once we've found a city that we want to look at, okay, now we want to come over here into Google Maps. And so what we want to do is just type in Google Maps. Okay, just go into your browser, type in Google Maps. We want to click into the Google Maps section. And then what we want to do is just type in the same search. So plumbers in Midvale, Ohio. Okay, and so when we do that search, you'll see how, there's still going to be a few under 5, 74, 316, right? So you'll see 25, 21, 16, 10, 10, 11, 14, and you'll see over here, no website, no website, no website, no website, no website. And so there's different services that we can offer. But ideally, what we're looking for is we're looking for those Google business pages that have under 40 reviews. That's really where we want to start our search. So any of these Google business pages that have under 40 reviews, those are going to be candidates for us to be able to reach out to that we can help with getting a more consistent flow of Google reviews. And then, of course, those that don't have a website, those are other services that we can offer as we go as well. But that's our foot in the door right there. And so what we want to do is we do the search in Google Maps. Now we come over here and all we're going to do is we're just going to go down the list. So you see how the nice thing about the prospecting tool inside of GoHighLevel, there's a couple of really nice things but one of the really nice things is you can see here, it gives us a score. So based on the number of reviews, based on them claiming their Google business page, the type of website that they have, you can see it's giving us a score on the likelihood that we can convert them into a potential client on getting more reviews or basically servicing something for them that can help their business. So what we want to do is we want to come over here and we're just going to click this little arrow. And all we're going to do is we're just going to come one by one and we're just going to click Save Prospects. So we just go Save. And then as we're saving these prospects, and we're just going to go one by one by one by one. And we're just going to collect all of these. And they're all going to get added into here. Okay, so what ideally we want to have 100 new prospects every day for us to be able to reach out to. Okay, so that's the goal. So we're looking for 100 new prospects that have under 40 reviews into their Google business page. Now, as we're doing our search, and ideally you start at locally. Okay, so ideally you're going to start in your area and just go city by city by city. But if you're not sure of the different cities, then what I always do when I'm setting up my cold call list is I'll come over here and let's say if I'm in Ohio, I'll search counties in Ohio. Okay, and so then it'll show me a whole list of the different counties in Ohio, and there's a ton of different counties, right? So then what I do is I just go one by one, and I go Jackson County, and I go cities in Jackson County, Ohio. And so now what it'll do is it'll show me these cities. And then all I do is I come over here and I take Jackson, for example, and I click back search. I just go plumbers in Jackson, Ohio. Okay. And now I can come over here and I can see 13 reviews, 11 reviews, 6 reviews. Yeah, you have a couple that are also, those are Jackson, Michigan, right? So Jackson, Mississippi. So not in the area. So we want to make sure we have the right listings. And again, this is why we're going to come over here. We're going to do this search initially. See very high, more likely, more likely. And we're also going to do the search right here. We're going to search plumbers in Jackson, Ohio. And so now you can see 11, 6, 2, and so 9, 10, no website, no website, no reviews, right? So literally we're just gonna go one by one and we're just gonna start adding these into our list. We just click the arrow, click save prospect. Okay, and then we're just gonna compile our list right here. And so every single day we want to add 100 new ones here. And those are gonna be the ones that we're gonna call out to for that day. So now once we have our prospects set up here, we have our 100 for the day. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to set up some automations, because as we're making calls, we don't want to have to add in the prospects one by one. Literally GoHighLevel can set up all these automations for us so that all we have to do is focus on making our calls and then dispositioning the lead based on our conversation. Okay, and it's really easy to set up. We set it up one time and then it's just set up. We just set it and go. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to set up a pipeline. So we're going to come over here, go back into your sub account, into your account, click on where it says opportunities right here. And then when you come back, comes over to opportunities, we're going to create a pipeline, something that looks like this. Okay, so to set this up, we're just going to click pipeline and we're going to click create new pipeline. Okay, so you can see I created mine right here, cold outreach. And so we're going to click create new pipeline. You're going to name it. And so I just named mine cold outreach. But you can name it whatever you want. And so you'll name yours cold outreach. And then you'll put in the different stages. So like you could put cold call. And so like I put responded, not interested, right? And so I just added in all my different categories into my pipeline. Okay, and then when you're done with that, and then I clicked and put follow up, and then I did appointment books. Okay, and so once you have this set up, just click save. And when you click save, it'll show up like this. Okay, so you may have different opportunities here, different pipelines, I mean, under the opportunities. So you go to your cold outreach, and this is how it'll look. So now what'll happen is as you're making calls, we want them to filter into this pipeline. So we need to set up some automations to be able to make that happen. So next we want to go, once this is set up, next step is we want to go into our automations. So just click over here into automations. And what that'll do is that'll bring you into the workflows. Okay, so I already set up a few different automations. I'm going to walk through how to set these up. Once you set these up, this will automate everything moving forward. And so what you're going to do is come over into the workflows. You're going to click create workflow. You're going to click start from scratch. Okay. And then when you do that, it'll land you into a blank workflow. So I'm going to show you these individual workflows that I set up to be able to automate everything. So if I come over here, this first workflow that I set up is called cold outreach. Okay. So what we're going to do and the whole purpose for this workflow is we want to set it up so that as new clients, as we're reaching out to new clients, they're going to automatically go into this category right here, into this column. So we don't have to manually add them. We're just going to click this phone button here, and it's going to automatically flow down below this cold call. Okay, so to set this up, we're going to set up the initial trigger. And to do that, we put in the call status. And we do call direction outgoing. Okay, so let me show you how to set that up. So you're just going to click add new trigger. You're going to type in call for call status. And then under the add filters, you're just going to click that, click call direction, and then click outgoing. Okay, and then you just click save trigger. Okay, so this sets up the trigger so that as you're making a new call, as you're outgoing making a new call, that lead is automatically set up under this trigger. Now we want the action to be created so that this lead will go into that opportunity, into that pipeline. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create an action. We're going to type in opportunity, type in pipeline, cold outreach, and cold call, and then click save action. Okay, so we just click this plus symbol, type in opportunity, create opportunity. In pipeline is cold outreach, pipeline stage is cold call, and then just click save. Okay, and so what that'll do is as you're making the cold calls, that's going to automatically filter them down underneath this stage of the pipeline. Okay, so you won't have to manually add the lead, which takes a ton of time. So you're literally just going to take the lead from here. You're going to type in the phone number up here, and as you're making the call, it'll automatically filter down below this. Now, as you're missing the call, as they're calling you back, we want those leads to be able to filter themselves. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up another workflow for those that call us back, because a lot of them are going to miss our call. And so we're just going to come over here and we're going to create another workflow. So we're going to click create workflow, click start from scratch. And so this workflow that I set up, I've already set this one up, so I'm going to show you how I set it up. And so I just named it cold outreach responded. And so the initial trigger is going to be customer replied channel is they're going to call us back. Okay, so when they miss our call, they call us back, it's going to automatically move them from this column right here into this column right here. So now you don't have to because as you're piling up the calls, it's going to be really difficult to be able to manage each call one by one. So this way, GoHighLevel can literally do this automatically for you. So what we're going to do, let me show you how to set up this trigger. And so we just click add new trigger. We click customer replied. Okay. And then we're going to do add filter. And then we're going to go scroll down here to reply channel. We're going to click call and then click save trigger. Okay, and that's it. Customer replied channel, call, save. Okay, so now when they call us back, that's going to automatically move them to responded, but now we need an action set up as well. So first, we want to get notified as people are calling us back, because more than likely, we're going to be on the phone. And so when we're on the phone, we're going to miss their call. And so when they call us back, we want to get notified that we received a return phone call. But then we also want that lead to get automatically moved into responded. So first thing we're going to do is set up an internal notification. And so you'll see all you'll do is you'll come over here, type in internal notification. You got a new lead, follow up with this lead before it gets cold, right? So that's just our own personal message to ourselves. So to set that up, we're going to click this plus sign. We're going to type in internal. And then we're going to go notification. And then title, you've got a missed call. And then call back this lead before it gets cold is our message. Okay. And then just click save. And that's it. So now we've set that up so that we'll get notified. Next, we want to set up the action for this lead so that it'll move under the responding. So what we're going to do is we're going to create another action as an opportunity. And in pipeline cold outreach and pipeline stage responded. So we want this lead to be moved under the responded when they call us back. So to set this up is we're going to have the plus sign, type in opportunity, create opportunity in pipeline stage, cold outreach, and responded. Okay. So that's the stage. So in this pipeline, it's going to move them to this stage when they initiate this trigger, which means that they've called us back. And so then we just save. Okay. So now we've set up those two. Now we want to set up one more automation because there's going to be, so as we're making calls, they're going to filter into here. And as they're calling us back, they're going to automatically filter into here. Now, as we're speaking to the business owners, we're going to get those that are not interested. So we want to move them over under this stage in the pipeline, but we don't want this to clog up the whole pipeline. We don't want this to just keep going and going and going. And so we want to do is set up an automation to where once we move them into not interested, we want them moved out of our pipeline. And so to set up that automation, what we're going to do is we're going to come back over here into our workflows. We're going to click create workflow, click create from scratch. And so once we set that up, we have this workflow that we've set up. And so I just named it cold outreach, not interested. And so the initial trigger is going to be pipeline stage changed. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to come over here, click trigger, type in pipeline stage changed, in pipeline, cold outreach, and then pipeline stage, not interested. Okay, so they're in this pipeline and they've moved. The minute they're moved into this not interested, this action that we're about to add is going to happen. So let me show you how to set that up. So we're going to type in, click add new trigger, just type in pipeline, pipeline stage changed. And then we're going to go to filter. We're going to go to in pipeline, cold outreach. That's the pipeline it's in. And then pipeline stage. And then not interested. Okay. And then you just click save. Okay. So that's how you're going to set up the trigger. Next is the action for that trigger is we want them removed out of our pipeline. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in removed up here and then just click cold outreach. And that's where we're going to remove them. At the pipeline, we're going to remove them out of. So what we're going to do is click this plus sign and type in remove and then remove opportunity. And then we're going to click cold outreach and then save. And that's it. And so now what will happen is when we move them into this column in our pipeline, they're automatically going to get removed from our pipeline. So we're just going to keep calling new people. As we call new people, they're going to get added here. As they call us back, they're going to get added here. As we're talking to people, those that are not interested, we're going to move them here. They're going to get automatically removed. And so this way, we don't have to manage our pipeline anymore. We're just moving them into the stage that we need them moved into. And our whole job moving forward now is to just continually make calls. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to keep filling this up with 100 new calls. And then we're going to come over here. We're going to click this plus sign. And we're just going to dial one by one each day. And as we continually make calls, they're going to continually get added here. And then we're going to continually get more follow-ups, more booked appointments. As we're setting up the booked appointments, that's where we're going to come in and we're going to show them the automations that we can set up for them. We're going to show them how this Google review campaign will get them more reviews right up front. And again, we can use this as a footnote or strategy to get them to build up their trust with us, to be able to get them more reviews going into their Google business page, and then move them into the automations that will continually get them more reviews, which will move them up into the map search, which will generate more calls, which will initiate the automated call text back on the conversation AI. And so all of this works together. But the nice thing is it's all set up in one software. And so once you have this set up, then you're just continually making new calls. The nice thing is this works everywhere. So it doesn't matter if you're in Ohio, it doesn't matter what state you're in the United States. It doesn't matter if you're outside of the United States, because every single local business owner needs more reviews, and every single local business owner getting more reviews, it will benefit them in Google. And Google is national. Every potential customer is going to look at these business owners' reviews. And so this can benefit everybody. This can work anywhere you are. It doesn't matter if you're in the United States or outside of the United States. So I hope this video was helpful for you to see how you can start to earn $200 to $300 per day with these simple automations inside of GoHighLevel. The prospecting tool ensures you always have new people to reach out to. And with these core tools, you can feel confident that you can offer value to any local business owner. Also, if you click the link below, you can get a free trial of the software I use, along with a completely free course to show you how to set all this up. I include step-by-step training on how to set up the software. So you can set up these automations for your clients, even if you have no marketing or tech skills to get started. I give you free templates to use along with a website that is completely free and already built and set up for you to use in your business. All you have to do is connect your domain to it, which I show you how to do inside of the free course. And with the free trial, you can get started with absolutely no money needed to get started. So go ahead and click the link below if you want the free course along with the free trial to the software. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can get more marketing automations to add into your business. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.